Hey Tribe, Nick here from Ottawa, welcoming you to the tools section of Beam Tribe. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple different types of tools that you'll come across in this section of the content. Okay, now we feel that awareness is where the health journey really starts, right? It's the understanding that you need in order to protect yourself from things that could harm you, and also to create a clear picture of what the health journey looks like. Right? Paint the path that you'll go along in order to make progress in your health journey. Tools are things that you'll need along that path in order to create change. So in order to take action. And there's a couple different types of tools that you're going to come across in this section. One of the first tools are, for example, physical tools. So these are pieces of equipment like a lacrosse ball or a balance beam or even a sitting cushion to allow you to spend more time on the ground instead of in chairs. Okay, so that's more of a physical tool. Another type of tool would be a knowledge tool, right? And these are things that you can use in order to help you make better decisions. So an example of a knowledge tool would be rules and principles for food, so that when you go and that those principles are a tool that you can implement when you're going to the grocery store and buying food to allow you to make better food choices, right? Another example of a knowledge tool would be understanding the features that go into a good sleeping sanctuary, right? So knowing to make your bedroom cool and dark and a place reserved for sleep, those pieces of knowledge are powerful tools in order to allow you to improve your sleep quality, right? A tool might be a movement, for example, the hip hinge. So the hip hinge is a tool to use in order to protect your knees and your low back. And that tool basically involves you learning how to do a hip hinge and what that feels like. Another type of tool would be a supplement. And I think a lot of us know the word supplement from the world of nutrition, where we can take a nutritional supplement to make up for a deficiency in our diet. And really the way we define supplement is anything that is done or is taken in order to make up for a lack of optimal input. Okay, so an example of a supplement might be hip mobility work, which is done for the lack of hip joint movement that we get day to day. Okay, so the hip mobility work is taken as a supplement to make up for the lack of hip movement during the day. Another example of a mobility supplement might be rolling your foot with a lacrosse ball, right? You only need to take that supplement if you're lacking the optimal foot movement input in your day-to-day life, right? That might be because of a history of wearing stiff footwear or just a lack of exposure to a lot of variety in surface texture and angles that would give your foot the necessary movement so that you didn't have to take an extra supplement to mobilize those joints. Now, like any supplement, supplements are only there to be taken short term. So the goal with all these supplements is to take them to the point until you're getting those inputs as part of your day-to-day life. Okay, but until that point, for example, until you're able to get away from sitting in chairs, it's good to take that hip mobility supplement in order to make up for that lack of hip joint movement during the day. But when you spend less time in chairs, more time on the floor, and you're using 90-90 or the kneeling position as a daily position, you don't really need as many hip mobility supplements in order to get those inputs because you're getting them in your day-to-day life. Okay, so supplements are there to be taken short term, but can be powerful tools until you're able to get them out of your day-to-day life. Okay, so those are the different kinds of tools that you'll see. Another example of a tool and something that we're going to be working to release in June would be something to assess yourself. So the knee-to-wall measurement, which is a tool that you can use to assess your ankle range of motion or your ankle mobility. We're going to be working to develop a way that you can input data on those measurements. So for example, every time you measure your ankle mobility with the knee-to-wall test, you'll be able to enter in the value that you get in centimeters or inches, and essentially compare that over time to be able to quantify the change or to be able to see your progress. Okay, so we're going to work on that in June so that you can enter your data, but that would be another example of a tool. So whether it's a physical tool, whether it's a knowledge tool, a movement, or a supplement, like for example, a mobility supplement. Those are the different kinds of tools that you're going to encounter. And we hope that these tools benefit you. And thanks for watching.